right, so here we are, part 2 of lesson 14b. We just finished dividing 5 1/4 by -3/4 and got 74 and, there we are, down here, and got -7 when our estimate was -5. So if we turn to the back of this page, we're going to look at some patterns that happen when we divide. So this is going to be like rapid fire dividing. For example, 12 divided by 12, we know that fact is 1. 12 divided by 6, we know that fact is 2. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 12 divided by 2 is 6. And 12 divided by 1 is 12. So what do you notice as that second number gets smaller? So as we divide by less and less of a number, that number that we get is actually getting bigger. So divided by 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. So we are getting a bigger quotient each time we're dividing by a smaller amount. So we're taking an amount, dividing it by a small number, and ending up with a bigger number. So what happens when we go less than 1? Well, 12 divided by 1/2 is going to be, 12 times 2 over 1, right? Keep, change, flip means we're actually going to get 24. 12 divided by 1/3, we're going to keep, change, flip, and get 36. 12 divided by 1/4 is going to be 48. 12 divided by 1/6 is 72. And 12 divided by 1/12 is 144. So we see that pattern continue. When we take a whole number and we're dividing it into smaller pieces, how many halves can we take out of 12? We can take out 24. How many thirds could we divide out if we had 12 big pieces and chopped each 12 of those pieces into 3? Then we'd have 36. So we see that pattern continue. On to this one. What about if that first number is a fraction? Well, 1/2 divided by 12, remember, keep, change, flip. If you can do that in your head, would be 1/24. 1/2 divided by 6, keep, change, flip, would be 1/12. 1/2 divided by 4, keep, change, flip, would be 1/8. 1/2 divided by 2 would be 1/4. 1/2 divided by 1 is still a half. And then if we switch it over here, 1/2 divided by 1/2, keep, change, flip, would be 1. 1/2 divided by 1/3, keep, change, flip, would be 3 over 2. Keep, change, flip would be 4 over 2, or 2. Keep, change, flip would be 6 over 2, which is 3. Keep, change, flip right here would be 12 over 2, which is 6. So as we're taking a fraction and dividing it by smaller and smaller pieces, again, we see that our number on the side there actually is getting bigger. So what conjecture can we make about 12 divided by 0? Well, what's going to happen there is we would have 12 over 0, and that means 0 times something is 12. Well, that doesn't make sense. We can't do 0 times something to get back to 12, right? So this is called undefined. Undefined. We can't multiply anything by 0 to end up at 12 because 0 times anything is 0. So that would be undefined. We cannot have a 0 in the bottom. All right, what about 1/2 divided by 0? 1/2 divided by 0, same thing, that's going to be undefined. So this little rule here, any non-zero number divided by 0 is undefined. Undefined. So that's the other part that we need to see today. Any non-zero number divided by 0 is going to be undefined because we can't go backwards with that. Where the other ones we could have. 12 times 1 is 12. 6 times 2 is 12. 4 times 3 is 12, right? That's how division works. But we wouldn't be able to multiply anything by 0 to end up back at 12. So that's why it's undefined. And a little way to remember this, if a 0's up top, it's okay. That's just 0. But a 0 in the bottom, that's a no. That's undefined. Okay, so that's a quick little trick to remember it. But remember, it's really because we can't multiply anything by 0 to get back to where we started, if that 0's in the bottom. All right, examples. So let's look at this one. 12 divided by 0, can't happen. Undefined. -17.2 divided by 0, can't happen. Undefined. What about 0 divided by 15? Yes, that one's just going to be a 0 because 0 times 15, we could end up back at 0. What about this one? Is there something we can multiply 3.3 by to end up back at 0? Yeah, we can multiply by 0. And what about this one? Well, that's all zeros, so that's going to be a 0. Okay, but remember, a 0 behind is undefined. That's one way to remember it. But you cannot divide by a 0. That would end up in an error code. Not okay. So you are going to see some problems like that in your homework tonight and on the exit ticket. So remember how this works. We cannot get back to that number, then it's undefined. If we cannot get back by multiplying, it's going to be undefined. All right, come see me at the conference table if you need any help. Don't forget to get started on your exit ticket. Have a great day. Yay, math!